So we're going to change presenters now over to JB. Coming to you, JB. And you're live, JB.
All right, I'm here.
And I'll find Dennis and I'll unmute Dennis. Dennis, you'll need to tap your your pin for your mute button, and you can join JB. So JB, take it away.
Thank you, sir. Before I get started here, I'd just like to say that Oklahoma presentation, that was great. That's very impressive. That's something that West Virginia is getting into right now. We just inherited 170 dams, so that's something that we'll be looking forward to working with and you know, getting to know that system a lot. But the change to West Virginia here, I just wanted to say I'm the IT manager at West Virginia. I'm not getting into a detailed program too much like Oklahoma. I was just giving you a quick overview of our conservation agency and a few programs that we've done and we're doing, and then just our future goals, because I really think that this is a great idea. I have the president of NASCA here, Carolyn, she's here beside me, and we had talked about, you know, if there's programs out there that other agencies, conservation agencies are using, there's no need for us to have to develop them again and stuff. So I really think this thing's really going to take off, and this is going to be a great resource for all states. But anyway, we're from a small state of West Virginia. Our overview, we just, you know, our mission, I thought it'd be interesting for y'all just to see our mission real quick and do a little brief history. Our missions, the mission of conservation efforts in West Virginia is to provide for and promote the protection and conservation of West Virginia soil, land, water, and related resources for the health, safety, and general welfare of the state's citizens. West Virginia Conservation, we've been around for 74 years. Like I said, I'm not going to read everything on here. This thing is being recorded. People can go back and look. But we do have 14 conservation districts in our state. Our IT mission is to provide a service for all these districts and, you know, keep them up on the network, keep things communicating, keep things running. Covering the state of West Virginia, our headquarters is located about 5 minutes from Charleston, the capital of West Virginia. We have 3 field offices out in the state. We have everything hooked up video conference-wise. So we are a resource here if anyone is looking into getting into video conferencing that we can help out. We have a Polycom system. We meet every Monday. It's pretty neat how we got this set up now. We just really finished getting our video conferencing set up. We're able to show files and share files and do things through the internet now through our video conferencing. Again, we have 14 districts. They're located throughout the whole state. I know on the main map our state looks small, but from end to end it's about 6 to 6.5 hours, so it is a pretty long state, you know, if you got to cover it all. Our IT responsibilities are just a few highlighted ones that we do here. We secure and maintain 19 different networks. That's all districts, field offices, and we have a couple other offices in the state. We have over 80 employees. I was just curious to learn more about other states, how many employees they have in their conservations, but we have a little over 80 employees. We maintain 15 different servers, from our financial Sage server all the way to a SQL server, and then just many other servers. We talked about a couple years about communicating in the field, so we decided to go down the path of the iPhone. It's worked out great. Our users really taken off with it. I'll get into more detail of why we went that route here in a little bit. Of course, we maintain our website, our internet. We're responsible for our data integrity and all of our backups. We maintain all the routers and switches and all the security for all locations. And we're now getting into the application and program designs. And I'll talk here in just a little bit about our Ag Enhancement program, which is coming up right now. It's our Agriculture Enhancement program. I have Dennis on the line for questions. He's the main creator of this program, and I wish maybe next time I'll be able to get in more detail like Oklahoma did with their dam program, but I just did a few screenshots, and we'll just go talk about it real quick because Ray only gave me 10 minutes, and So it's kind of hard to go over everything that I really wanted to go over and let you all learn a little bit more about West Virginia.
Let's check in, JB, make sure Dennis is on there. Dennis?
Yeah, I finally got in there.
Okay.
Very good. All right.
Our Ag Enhancement program, it tracks all the farms cooperating with conservation practices, including materials, acreage, finances, progress with multi-level report generation. There's many kind of practices in this program. Last year we had, it's been going on for about 14 months now, and last year we had over 1,500 applications. The database tracks landowner information, number of applications, individual units of measure for each type of practice, and financial information including total cost of practice, cost share paid by the conservation district, date paid, and check number. It partially auto-assigns an application number, which allows that application to be tracked from our initial application to payment in the SAGE system. Our SAGE system, that's our big accounting system, so we were able to tie all that in with our databases. It tracks per conservation district and per practice and has multiple search fields, which allows for quick access to the particular information needed. Again, I got screenshots coming up, but the program's actually, it's kind of like a generic program. It's built per district, per conservation district, so it can be built however you want. The first screenshot, that's just the main screenshot. It just shows you, to begin a new application, use a practice menu, and the practice menu has per that district what practices they have. So people can do, like for instance, this one has the line nutrient management, invasive species, and the next one shows us when you go into that you can do a search, you can browse, you can export, you can do a lot of things. And like I said, I'm trying to hit this quick here so I can get into what we're actually getting into conservation wise, but be happy to answer any questions. And Dennis, like I said, he's the one that created this program. He's been out talking to people. He keeps, there's always something to do in it, always a way to make it better. And like I said, it's really kind of new. It's only been out for about 14 months now. But anyway, there's a way to export all your practices and come up with a report, any kind of report you want to make. And once you export it, you have a report that shows everything that you need. So it's really just doing a query on the database of your particular practice and getting the information that you need. And I know I went over that real quick, and maybe next time we could actually do a demo like Oklahoma did with their dam and go through different things. And this might be something that other states are looking to do or plan on doing, and we already have the foundation built. So that's the biggest one for this one. So our West Virginia future goals as a conservation agency here, we got to ensure our redundancy here. I'll talk a little bit about where we're located. We're located up on top of a mountain about 5 minutes from Charleston, and I don't know if other states have it, but we do have copper thieves that run around here, and we've been down a couple times because they stole our copper. We've been down because of the power. Last year during when Sandy hit, we were down for 3, 4, 5 days. So we had to come up with a way for us to be able to communicate when disasters occur. And what we found was the iPhone really did what we needed to do at the time. I know there's other technologies out there, and that's what we were here to try and learn about. But our main goal was, like I said, when a disaster happens, we've got to be able to communicate with all different entities in West Virginia. So that's been our future planning of trying to ensure that communication. We're upgrading our equipment. I'll talk a little bit here in a second about what we're going to here in the future. And we're kind of behind the times on electronic scanning, but we're getting into it. We've ordered some equipment, and everything needs to be e-filed now. There's just no reason why we can't have all of our papers scanned and filed and easy for people to grab. Our future plan, of course, when natural disaster occurs, that's when we have to respond. And we not only have to respond, we got to be able to communicate. We'll be moving to Microsoft Office 365 here in the next few months. This will ensure the redundancy in all of our communications. Again, when our electric or copper goes out at Guthrie, that's our headquarters, and that's where our exchange is housed. So, you know, with no connection to the outside world, we can't communicate like we need. Our 365 are probably the essentials to keep us up and running. Like I said, we in the past we've experienced power outages, copper thieves. We've had some hardware failure. Our servers are 7, 8 years old, so instead of investing in the new servers, we're just we decided to go down the cloud route and being able to keep our communications up and running. We'll be setting up Sharepoint for all WVCA. This will allow for a statewide central document repository, electronic file scanning, easy sharing among employees. We had an instance the other day when our executive director, he wanted a picture of this dam or whatnot, and there's no reason why with today's technology we can't set up a SharePoint, you know, where all that stuff's available live. And the Oklahoma program, that was really impressive, and that's kind of what we want to do here with all of our data. We want to be able to have it accessible at any time and set up SharePoint. And the SharePoint's going to be set up per district, per employee. And hopefully if we continue these meetings, I can give you an example here in a few months of what our SharePoint's going to be looking like. Sharing conservation resources. Me and Carolyn, we had a discussion now about 3 or 4 months ago. We just, you know, if there's technology out there and applications out there, there's no reason why if we're doing something that someone else can't grab it, you know. So our program application sharing, I think it's going to be great if we continue this. Like I said, our Office 365, I don't know if any other states are using it, but we will be a resource once we get into it. New technologies, there's always something new out there. It's like Ray and Mike said, it's just hard to keep up with it. And if there's other states doing something else, there's no reason that, you know, we all just can't be resources together. And I was telling them yesterday during our practice run that I don't know about other IT divisions, but Google's our best friend. You know, anytime we have a problem, Google's always there for us. So that's a real good resource. And of course, our ideas, any kind of new ideas, we can start sharing. And again, to reiterate why we're here is the State Conservation Information Technology Divisions can be a great, and I capitalize great because it can be a great resource for all national conservation agencies. Again, you know, thanks from West Virginia. I know I went through this quick. I'm a fast talker. And I just wanted to highlight, try to give you an overview of what we're doing here in West Virginia. We have many things on our plate. Our IT department, we have 4 guys, and Carolyn's our boss. And we're always doing different things. And, you know, again, we look forward to working with all other state conservation agencies. And I'll open it up back to Ray. Me and Dennis is on here for any questions.
Well, thanks, JB. Again, let's remind the folks to enter their questions on the dashboard area questions. And we want to thank you for your presentation, outstanding. And Dennis, we didn't really give you but a minute here to say a couple things. Would you like to address the group while you're live with them?
Well, like JB said, the program that I worked on, it's a pretty basic program right now. It's built on Cold Fusion with JavaScript. It is accessible statewide because it's on the internet. But you heard him mention several times SharePoint, and working right now on converting all of that over to a SharePoint application to use a lot of the resources that are available to us in SharePoint. So it's just an ongoing process and ongoing work.
Let me just take on one question with you both while we've got you handy. In the AEC data, is it FOIA able in West Virginia?
Is it what now? I didn't understand that.
Are you going to be able to recover public records requests and so forth?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We should be able to do all that. Dennis, you can answer more there, but yeah, all that's available.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. So it's a show and tell. I mean, there's no restrictions, people's names, locations of their practices, that sort of thing. It's all...
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, there's financial information and people's information, but as far as getting any kind of information, it's set up to be able to run a query just like the Oklahoma program was, and you just put in what information you want and you can get the report out. So again, back to your question, it's not available for the public to browse, but if someone calls and need information, we could actually access that at any time.
Very good. How about the integration with the NRCS Toolkit, ProTrax, and other technologies NRCS is using?
No, we hadn't crossed that bridge or even talked about doing anything like that.
Okay, all right. Let me just I'm going to leave your slide up there for just a second, JB, and Dennis. There may be other questions if you'll just